Oh, it's Justin Haley.
Look at this guy.
Say my name, birthday boy.
Thank you very much, my man. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes jumping on.
Say my name.
Awesome.
You've been getting it wrong for the last 6 months.
Jason Walecki. Jason.
Nope.
Walecki. Jason.
There you go.
Walecki. Is that Hawaiian?
Welcome to RC Underground Radio.
We're racing toy cars here.
If you've been looking for a podcast that talks about one RC tracks, suppliers, and events, then you're in the right place.
I haven't changed my underwear since the Kenman. I'm not kidding.
I'm
not kidding. It's the same.
I didn't want to go there.
It's this.
And we're glad you're here. Now, here are your hosts, Ryan Retzloff and David Brinkman.
I am a BB in a boxcar.
Welcome to another edition of RC Underground Radio. I'm here with Ryan, and this is episode 28, my friend. Can you believe that?
Goodness, 28 episodes. You know, I was just listening to one of my other favorite podcasts, Landon Huffman Radio Racing. I don't know. It's just Landon Huffman, and they actually hit 28 episodes as well. So, man, it's so good to be back. But I got to tell you, you know, when I take a little break for some family stuff, listening to the show was really fantastic. Adam and Rhonda Drake, like, wow, what amazing stewards to the sport, the hobby. They're really into it, and brilliant people for that matter. Adam, with his technical background on the engines, knowing what goes into them, and you know, his whole break-in program, being a great racer. I mean, he's world renowned. I mean, you hear Adam Drake, and you know, people pick up on him, and of course Rhonda, his wife. Wow, is she fantastic? Not only an accomplished racer, extremely technical as well, and also her website design, her marketing, everything that she does. I mean, all that content that's on their website is just absolutely fantastic. So, it was a great show to listen to. You didn't have me talking over everybody and being obnoxious, so I imagine editing was brought down just a little bit on that episode. So well done, Dave. You got a lot of talking in.
Exactly. Yeah, I said without, the episode before that with you and Paul, I could have went out and had dinner. But,
right.
This one I actually got to talk a little bit. It was great.
Well, be prepared. This next episode, I'll probably talk the entire time.
Yeah, and I that's a great segue because
you know, it's awesome though. I'm jacked up. I'm back here. I'm back in it. I got my Riverwalk candle warming here, just smelling things up. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go for another show. So
good. I'm glad you're in your zone. So yeah, that's awesome. So always. This next guest, I'm going to let you introduce just because you talk to him fairly regularly. We've had him on the show before. He's an awesome guest. So take it away.
Yeah. Speaking of talking about, last week we were just talking about our rear ends. And what I mean by that is our 1RC rear ends, and we'll dive into that. But
that's weird. Is
it though? I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, please don't take my 1RC rear end apart, but no, just this guy, we've instantly connected. He is a brother of mine, but I think as it relates to our sport, our hobby, our passion, with the 1RC world, this next guest really looks to solve problems and make life easier for the racer. And so without further ado, I'd like to welcome Charlie Kuzma from Digital Fabrication. Welcome, Charlie. Welcome to the show.
Good to be here.
So, Charlie, I would be remiss if I didn't start out by saying this. And I can't thank you enough. You are the guy that led me to Ron Peacock. You're forever in my heart, and I just want to get that out there because without you, I would have never met that man. So I just want to say thank you for that, and I think it's safe to say that he's changed all of our lives. So just thank you. But now that I've gotten that out there, one of the things that impresses me so much about you is your desire to create a solution for problems. And as it relates to 1RC. as we can tell, you got a pretty rocking track right there in the old shop. Yep.
Look at that great banner back there.
Right.
Well, this
Yeah.
right there.
That's awesome. I've seen that in a couple pictures. Thanks for doing that, brother.
Official, unofficial sponsors.
Yeah, official, unofficial, right? You're just waiting for the check. It's in the mail.
I thought you mailed it, Ryan.
I did. I was supposed to. Darn it.
Oh, I thought you did.
But it all kind of started out, at least for me, with your setup trays. I mean, those things are absolutely phenomenal. The fact that you can place your shocks; they're all identified in there. Small parts, car stands, all of that. It's just so cool. And then you and I were talking one day, and we came up with this. I had an idea for a rear end stand. So Charlie and I talk about our rear ends quite a bit. We had a conversation.
Yeah.
Who's
got the loosest?
You need to define that.
Who's got the loosest rear end? That's usually the conversation.
Well, and then he talks about he has ball bearings in his rear end. I don't know.
Well, they're all ball bearings these days. I mean, come on. Haven't you seen Fletch? That's the coolest thing is I think what's awesome is customers can reach out to you and just say, hey, I got this wild idea. And then you I don't know where you find the time for this stuff, but it's all of a sudden within a couple of days, it's like, hey, I got this. What do you think? And it's like, whoa, dude, slow down a little bit. But, your products, again, just kind of changed the 1RC hobby. I know a lot of your customers that run your stuff, post it online. I use it all the time. In fact, I was doing a little rear end dyno testing last night and using your products. So, and your setup stand is the first thing, or your setup tray, excuse me, is the first thing that comes out of my bag. So,
right now I'm going to have to write you a check.
No way.
When something makes sense, if somebody suggests something, or if I see, hey, listen, we could be doing this better, or hey, maybe we need this, or somebody could use this. Some of the stuff you realize that okay, that's going to be only 1 out of 100 guys, but then you see things like silly things, the tire tubes, or more recently the spring holders. Mm-hmm. We all have a toolbox or a tool tray or whatever full of springs that are all just intertwined within one another. And when you're in a hurry and it's a race day and you're trying to swap out that spring before, I run 8 cars. I don't run the most out of the guys in Florida. There's some guys that'll run 10 or more cars. So if you're running that many cars at a race day and you're trying to swap out a shock, you might literally only have 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes real quick to swap that out, get that in there before you've got to hop back out and get your next heat. So it's little things that are just kind of quality of life improvements. The bumpers for the Camaro that we just did, that just kind of came about literally overnight. Put the body on, showed it to the local guys, said, hey, what do you think about this? They're like, man, this thing's really nicely made. The Camaro body. And let's think about running them. And you start looking online and everybody's talking about hitting them up and buying bodies and running these classes. And I said, man, there's just an awful lot of room between the nose of this car and the chassis. You're going to hit anything. It already started with my car and I didn't even race with it yet. This is just turning laps back here at the track and things like that, where when you impact something, it pushes back on those front mounts that hold the lower part of the late model nose, and it starts to dig into the paint. And I'm like, well, guys aren't going to like this. I'm like, we haven't even started racing with them yet, and I'm already tearing up the body. Guys aren't going to spend $35, $40 and tear their stuff up. So I said, well, I've already got a good mount for the late model. Let's see if we can just take that and add to it. And that's where that kind of came about. And thankfully, it actually kind of came together pretty quick because, like I said, sometimes, and for whatever reason, it just clicks and it just makes sense. And when it does, it's just a matter of taking it from here and building it in a program and then bringing it to life in the 3D printer. So it's kind of neat.
Oh, you do an amazing job, man. It's just,
thanks, man.
It's how stuff, we had Paul on a couple weeks from Shark
fun.
and he
Yeah.
Yep. He
Yep.
talked about
He's another guy.
how it comes from the brain and then it becomes a finished product and you're right in that same lane. It's just amazing what you come up with.
Yeah, no, thank you. And I watched Paul's, and Paul's was, I've watched them all. First of all, you guys have had some great guests on so far this season. Some of the younger folks, and getting into the dirt off-road side of things is super cool. And then seeing Paul come on here and kind of describe his journey which in a lot of ways kind of mirrors what I'm going through now. Now, doing what I'm doing is a very on-demand kind of thing where, car stands are great and everybody wants them until everybody has them. Tire tubes are great until everybody has them, and so it's great for a side deal now, and you never know what the future holds. But listening to his story and hearing him talk about his progression and how he wound up where he is made me actually. I ran out and I bought an alien body and a T-shirt from him that same night that I listened to the podcast. So
yes,
yeah. You listen, Paul? Are you listening to this?
If he's listening. If he's listening, he emailed me because, for the record, I ordered a bright yellow shirt and they're out. So I had to settle for a black shirt. I do one of two things. It's either black or bright, and he was out of bright yellow, so we had to settle for the black. But I did tell him that I would make sure, and I would mention him, his stuff, what he does there. But yeah, that's another guy that's like super slick and really puts good thought into what he does and how he designs his stuff. So I'm actually really looking forward to getting that. So.
And much like you, he's a crazy good racer. So, we're looking. He's actually going to run at the Underground this weekend. So we're looking forward to him doing that. Yeah, you can't hide it. We've seen the pictures, so don't be humble. We've seen you.
We've been okay.
The clean sweeps. Yeah,
sometimes we get lucky. We got some real fast guys down here, though. So sometimes you get lucky, and those guys stay home, and you do extra good that week. But there's guys that keep you honest, so we're happy to have them around too.
Being a track owner, I got to ask about this track behind you. Obviously, it's foam, so that's near and dear to my heart. So when does it get run, and who comes in and plays?
Here's the sad thing. Nobody. So it got set up. There was initial intent. Before I went crazy, before I was really even doing the 3D printing stuff or anything like that on a regular basis, I set the track up. Got the 18 scale cars, always thought it would be cool to have a track at the house. Finally have the space for it at this place now that we've moved down here to Florida. And I was like, man, this would be awesome. So ripped apart all the shelving I had, all the storage, all everything, and built the base for it so that I could shove and hide everything underneath. Like when you're a kid and your mom tells you got to clean your bed and you just shove everything underneath the bed. That's what that looks like under there. So, but the idea was to have regular race weeks, regular race days, and things like that. And things got a little wild. We actually have a good problem down here, and it's that we have a lot of tracks. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the more popular ones. So you guys have talked to Dusty already from Chiefland. You've got John Bellis that runs Rotten 1RC Speedway. That's my official home track. He's about 20 minutes from me. You've got guys out on the East Coast. You've got guys down at Area 51, Warzone Raceway. So we've got quite a few tracks, so to try to get in there and try to get guys to race an extra day or find a day when guys wanted to, it was a little tricky. So I kind of backed off it. Clearly got everything set up. We've got the timing. We've got the TVs. We've got everything we kind of need here. And we're just hanging out. Listen, it is a great test track for new products, for breaking in cars, for, scuffing up tires, whatever you need to do. It's a very nice to have thing, even if we're not running a weekly event here. And to be honest, with the way my work schedule is and things are sometimes, it's probably better I don't commit to something like that right away. So,
Well, if you ever decide to run a special race there, make sure that we know ahead of time because, I'd be on a plane.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, it's nice. I'll go get you guys out of the cold. You can come down here and bask in our Januaries where it's 75, 80 degrees. So
I'm in. Yeah. Let's go. Hey, I got to mention too, that Shark Alien body, your bumpers fit darn near perfectly. I actually used the little bit narrower one, the lightweight, and it was perfect.
Yeah.
It helped with the body, kept it nice and straight. So no cracks after my bashing around with it. And so it's a great combination. Your bumper, Paul's body. I think you're really going to enjoy the realism of it too once you get it and get that set and cut and painted.
Nice. Yeah, I'm looking, and that was actually a concern I had too, was how well. And that's every time somebody releases a new thing or one of these aftermarket bodies, or 1RC releases a new car, and I'm like, okay, what do we need now? Now what are we going to need? Luckily, a lot of the stuff works for a lot of the cars, and that's another thing. I don't like to make a lot of stuff that's just it's only got one use case, right? So this bumper for the Camaro and things like that, it's kind of out of the norm, but at the same time, since I released those, I think Sunday night or Monday night it was, and I've sold almost 40 of them just in the last couple days. Yeah. So guys are absolutely jumping on this, which is awesome. So to all you guys out there that bought one, if you're listening, if you're watching, thank you. It's you guys that do that allow me to then create more, that allow me to then get more out to the community. So I couldn't do this without everybody that's out there giving it back to me too. So
can you give us any secrets, like anything on the drawing board?
If we did this 2 weeks ago, I probably had something for you. I about emptied the drawing board the last couple weeks. So I finally got the car stand done. That was like 4 months in the making. The idea that started at the beginning of the summer, and then we kind of went all summer long. Racing faded off for a lot of guys, or they went to 10 scale or 8 scale racing and stuff like that. And as the season started to change again, and guys started to pick back up on the 1RC stuff, I picked back up on the project and knocked out the little things like that and rolled that out. Alongside that, we did the spring keepers, which I have a couple right here.
Yeah, that's super
little
cool.
Guys.
Great idea.
So, that's something that I can't take credit for that one. I did have a customer of mine. He actually pointed it out. He says, "Hey, I've got these little things here." He sent a picture of it to me, and he's like, "You might want to think about making these. These might be pretty helpful." And I'm like, "Oh man, these things are awesome. That makes so much sense." And again, spend a couple minutes in there, design something real simple up, and next thing you know, you got it. And oh yeah, look at that, it works. So we did that. We did the bumpers for the Camaros. We did the transponder mounts to go along with the Camaros, so guys don't have to worry about if guys aren't. I know not everybody's cutting the inner panels and cutting the windows out and stuff like that. And even if they are, this gives you a nice place to mount it, literally right underneath where the window is, so it's got a nice clear path to the sensors and everything. We've had a couple things thrown our way. Like I said, listen, the rear end stand, and actually to an extent the car stand. We talked about the last time I was here, and that was, I kind of had an idea for a car stand. You guys mentioned it, and that helped it along. And the same thing, the rear end stand, I wouldn't have had it put together if it weren't for you guys. So that kind of was all birthed here too. I welcome any and all ideas. There's a lot of stuff I've gotten where I've said to guys like, hey, you know what, that's cool, but I can't see, like, if you want it, I'll make it for you. That's fine. But I might not mass produce it, right? Or I might throw it out there, and if people are interested, I might sell 2 or 3 of them, but I don't put a lot of R&D time into stuff like that, where with other things where it looks like it's going to be a much bigger need or it's going to fill a much larger hole in the community, then I'll go ahead and I'll put the time in. So making little refinements to the designs too. So kind of cleaning things up and softening some of the sharp edges and things like that. So it's always evolving. Even the stuff we have that's been around for a while.
I think I got to order some spring holders from you, but I got to go through all mine, because if I were to just order some now, I'd probably have to order 50 of them with all the springs and stuff that I've got.
I'm the same way. This is my spare upon spare bin.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, I must have 400 springs.
Sometimes guys struggling a little bit, and hey, we got to soften up the right rear, and it's like, oh, I don't have. Here you go, buddy. Just take them and go.
Exactly, and that's what we wound up doing. I gave him a soft right rear spring, and he says, "Oh, I still got your spring. I got to give it back to you." I said, "Hang on a second. I got something else for you. First of all, keep that one. Second of all, here, take these." But that's that's the stuff that keeps the community growing. That's the stuff that keeps guys coming back. There's no, like, with our guys here, as many tracks as we have, as many racers as we have, there's no gatekeeping. Everybody's there to have a good time. We get competitive. We get frustrated. But that's just comes naturally being a competitor, right? Yeah. But I've had plenty of times when I'm aggravated in the way my cars are handling and the things I'm doing aren't right, but I can see somebody else struggling, and it takes the edge off what I'm having going on to help him, So it's that's a nice thing about it. Help everybody, help the community grow, and get more drivers involved.
Do you still have my color? Do you still have my yellow?
It's collected dust. I was wanting to make sure you were okay.
I'm alive and well, Charlie. You know that.
I think it'd look real good in a car stand.
So let's talk about the car stand for a minute.
Yeah,
like we did with Paul. I don't think people realize what's involved in doing something like that. So take take us through it a little bit, like time and how does it go again from coming out of your brain to we see pictures of it and everybody starts ordering it like crazy?
I had the setup station already and decided that I was going to use that as my platform, but I was going to add the stand base to it, the holes for the actual rods for the base. And the idea was, okay, from here on out, I'm happy with this design. I now have the portion of the stand portion of it built into it. So these will be the base setup station from now on. Designed a little plug that goes in there that covers the hole, just a little design thing with the DF logo on it, and said, okay, these are going to be the base. And now, from here on out, if guys want to expand at some point to the car stand, it's just a matter of ordering the rods in the right length, sending them out some of the arms to set the cars on, and then we're good to go. The next portion of that was, okay, I've got a design, and I have 8 cars personally. So this is where this comes in. I'm my own best test mule because there's very few of you out there that are just as crazy as we are down in Florida and run, 8, 10, 12 cars in a race weekend. So the big thing was, okay, if I want to hold 8 cars, how tall does it have to be and how stable can I get it? Because the base is only, a small footprint, really, if you look at it. So I get to looking around and thinking about it. I said, all these conventional car stands, if I hang a car off the back of this, it's going to put all this weight on the back. All you're going to have to do is bump it, and it's going to tip this thing over. And if I move the mount up far enough so that doesn't happen, it's going to look really weird. It's going to look really odd. It's going to be very intrusive, So I really don't want to do that. So now to hold 8 cars, realistically, you're only doing that in a spot that's meant for 4. You're not working on the cars on those stands, but you have the setup station there below. You take the car down, work on it, do what you need to do, boom, put it back up on the stand, grab your next car, you're good to go. I've had 0 stability issues with it, with my 8 cars on it. One of the issues, so it's a little bit different material that I make these out of than the normal stuff, because one of my bits of testing was, okay, I built this stand. I'm going to set it out in the garage. I'm going to put all 8 of my cars on it, and I'm going to leave it out here for a week. And my garage in the summertime easily gets up into the high 90s or low 100-degree temperatures. So I'm saying if it can survive in the garage out here without the arms completely bending, we'll be good. Well, we did get a little bit of deflection from what I was using, changed up the materials and fixed that. We also added a very, very slight incline. So if you ever look at the trees and you think it's your eyes playing tricks on you, where all the arms look like they're just on an upward angle a little bit, it's because they are. So I built that in so that if they do tend to sag a little bit, which they probably won't unless they're left in a car or something ridiculous, that it will compensate for that. And also when you put the car on there, it helps keep the car resting against the actual arms for the stand and resisting that urge for the weight to pull it down and slide off.
Yeah. Hey, Charlie, I don't want to cut you off, but I didn't even notice at first, but somebody else is coming into the studio. What
no way.
Rut-row.
Hello.
307. Oh,
Aaron Streblo.
Mr. Streblo. Mr.
Stopped in to wish G-Man a happy birthday.
Yes, sir. Yes, tomorrow is my birthday, so I appreciate that very much, Aaron. Mr. G-Man. I made the B-main last time I was there. Come on. For those of you that don't know, Aaron Streblo is the owner of Attitude Raceway. One heck of a wheelman and just an awesome track owner and great guy. He's got the best father-in-law ever, too, Byron, with the best barbecue sauce in the world. So
I'm noticing more people in the lobby. Hold on a minute here.
Did you not put a lock on the door?
What in the world?
This is what happens.
How are people
getting on the internet?
How are people getting into this lobby?
What is going on here?
I don't know.
Oh, I wasn't supposed to share the link.
You did you share it on Facebook?
Oh my God, I might have shared the link. Holy cow.
Mr. Streblo.
Happy birthday, G-Man.
G-Man. Mr. G-Man.
Oh.
Bruce Vanderwinkle.
Brutus Vanderwinkle has joined us.
So there's G-main talent here, and then we got A-main talent with Mr. Murphy. Hey, buddy, what's going on?
Not much, dude. I just sitting here in a hotel working on tires, making a mess. and I heard it was somebody's birthday.
Oh, you came in just to wish me birthday? Hey, a happy birthday! I'll tell you what. As a present, I got all these tires you can mount up for me.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Just go ahead and send them to the RC Underground, and they'll be ready for you when you get there and glue them yourself.
my man.
That's hilarious.
Hey, dude, thank you so much for jumping on and wishing me a happy birthday. I really appreciate you. Everything you do for the hobby, man. Like, you just can't thank you enough, and that's super cool that you took some time. So, thank you.
Nah, man, I wanted to wish you happy birthday. You only get one a year, so you figure you might as well have a good one.
I'm gonna have a blast. Gonna spend some time with family, relax, and maybe even play around with some RC cars a little bit. We got Chili Bowl coming up, so got to get ready for that.
Sounds good. Number one, when it comes to Chili Bowl, you will not have any more fun than you'll ever have in my pit area. I guarantee that. It's just the big pit party, and there's also a race that breaks out in the background. So stop by. I'll be doing some live videos too, and I'm always down to do some interview stuff. So hit me up. I'll be game. So happy birthday, y'all. Take care. I'm gonna sign out right here. So I'm the first one off. I finally get to play Hollywood Squares, and I'm the first one out.
I gotta just tell the both of you, Matt. Thank you so much for jumping on, man. I'm looking forward to Chili Bowl this year. Learning a lot from you. It'll be cool to get you to watch you race on dirt live and in person, and hopefully learn some stuff. And Aaron, dude, thank you so much, man, for jumping on here, taking some time. I know you got a lot going on at home. But honestly, man, thank you so much for everything you do at Attitude, just being a good guy, welcoming, and just a great track promoter, and having a place for me to come play with toy cars. So awesome. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you.
Well, if you haven't figured it out already, Ryan, this is now the Ryan Ratzloff birthday celebration show. So
I just appreciate you guys taking the time to do this. This is so cool. I got my boys here.
So maybe it wasn't me that shared the link by accident. Sorry.
Hey, Charlie, I hate to ask, but I might have to have you jump out too.
No, that's fine. If that's what I got to do, that's no big deal.
Yeah,
I'll free up the bandwidth.
Let me try that. If anything, I'll hook back up with it, because it's fun to have you on here with all the guests coming in. But I got to figure out a way to get these people in. I don't know.
Let me log off. I'm logging off. Goodbye.
I love you, brother.
Happy birthday, buddy, if I don't see you, all right?
All right. Thank you. Look at this guy.
Say my name, birthday boy.
Thank you very much, my man. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes jumping on.
Say my name. Awesome. You've been getting it wrong for the last 6 months.
Jason Walecki. Jason.
Nope.
Walecki. Jason.
There you go.
Waliki. Is that Hawaiian? Oh. Wait, what's going on? Oh, and we got Saccone in the house. What's going on, brother?
Happy birthday to you. Nobody likes you. You look like an animal. Go back to the zoo.
That's perfect. That's perfect. You've got a voice for...
What's up, birthday boy?
Can you sing Far, Far Away? Thank you, buddy. This is awesome.
Look, my 7-year-old taught me that song.
That's awesome.
I got to tell you a funny story. I was just at the Travel J, and I was in the bathroom, and it said, "I'd like to look at your rear end." And I dialed a number. It was on the bathroom wall. I dialed a number, and here I am. I see.
The funny thing is I've worked on both of your rear ends. That's what's crazy. It's so crazy to me. You guys have some
only because you like to say it.
Are you drinking dollar store soda again?
That's what I do. Yeah, I'm a Faygo guy.
Quit spending your money on RC stuff. You can buy some name brand soda.
That's the funniest part. Like, I don't know though. I could have all the money in the world and I'd still drink Faygo. It's like me and Insane Clown Posse. We're just the only ones that drink Faygo anymore.
Yeah, now you got the Dominator on that stuff too.
Let me. Ooh, this
Nice.
puppy's hot.
Good call.
Yeah, we got. We're burning a flannel scent today. The whole office smells beautiful. It's what's up. So.
Yeah, Saturday was fun. I enjoyed having all you guys out.
Yeah.
My daughter's still talking about how crazy you are.
Yeah, well, you get half a beer in me, and I really get nuts. But no, it's so. Nick, so you don't know, Jason and his wife opened up Riverwalk Candle Company, and they've been doing, they make candles, really, really cool stuff. So they, instead of hitting up the farmers markets, they actually opened up a retail store in downtown West Bend. And what's so cool about it is you go there.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, and you go, you pick your scents and you can mix and match. And I mean, they've got everything, right? And then you mix them and you get the wax, you mix your scents, put them in there, and then you let them cool. You can pick out all the jars. I mean, they've got tons of different styles. It's super cool. And then you can hang out, or go do some shopping across the street or whatever, and then come back, pick up your candle, and you're on your way. So cool.
And if this doesn't work out, we're going to turn this place into a 1RC track. There's enough room.
It could double.
There you go.
Or
we don't want that to happen, though.
Or what we could do is make the business uber successful and still run 1RC cars there, which Sunday Ken's not going to be around.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Could this be Max? It says Max. Do you think it's Max Verstappen?
Oh, Max Verstappen for sure is. Wait, what is this now? Oh my goodness! It's my wife and my daughter. Hello, ladies. Yeah, hello.
Hello.
I get the. Hi, baby.
That's awesome. So,
That's
Holly,
my beautiful wife, Holly, and my little Lundo.
We have so many questions, Holly. We have so many questions. Look
and
who
there's
else is in here.
I bet.
Hi.
Hey,
We
Kim.
thought you were all a fictitious person.
Oh, this is cool.
Jackie Duesenberg.
Jackie Duesenberg?
Who's Jackie Duesenberg?
Do I know her?
Let's see. We'll find out.
You better hope not.
Right?
Oh,
leave.
Waiting for video to come in.
Jackie Duesenberg. Who could that be? Look at that nice SC. Oh, it's Mr. Peacock. Also known as Jackie Duesenberg. How you doing, buddy?
That's from my robocallers, okay? Okay. You ready for this, Mr. Rathliff?
I am.
All right. And if you tell anybody about this, next year I'm going to jump out of a cake with nothing on. So you can't tell anybody about this.
Ooh.
Are you ready? Happy birthday.
I'm ready.
Yes, happy birthday. People are dying everywhere, feeling sorrow and despair, but happy birthday.
Thank you, my friend.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You got a good
I
voice,
just,
too.
Ryan, these last few months that I've gotten to know you, it's just been a real pleasure. And you've made a journey much more livable, and I really appreciate it. And Holly, thank you for sharing him with all of us. And I just really totally appreciate you. And David, you guys have become really true friends. And I forever will be Jackie Duesenberg.
From now on, for sure.
Well, thank you, Ron. It means so much to me to have you on here and with all my friends. Again, we talk about fellowship and all that stuff on the show, and I got to tell you, you guys all mean so much to me. And Holly can attest to the fact that I'm always talking about you guys, or hang on, I'm texting so and it's like it's like she knows you guys, but I just appreciate you all. This is everything. This is what it's about for me, and I just can't thank you guys enough for being part of my life and supporting me, making me a better, not only RC racer, but just a better human being. You guys are all just fantastic, and yeah,
Kind of interesting that
super
Holly's
cool.
here, Ryan.
She really is. She really is. She's the one that supports me, and not only in this show, but then going out and racing. It's a lot of time. You spend an entire weekend sometimes at tracks, and I couldn't do it without you, babe.
It's crazy. There's like 5,000 people that watch this silly little RC show off and on, and Holly, if you didn't share them with us, we'd all miss out on a lot of fun.
I'm an amazing wife.
I'm just trying to see if any of my cars are up there.
Nope, I gave those all back, homie. Skipper.
Holly, any parting thoughts before you take off?
I know how much he loves it, and I had to be in his favorite room. And no, it's not our bedroom. It's this room with all this. So yeah, I'm excited to meet all of you, and it's I know it's a true passion of his. So I'm excited for him. It's a very interesting. I mean, it's a hobby, but I feel like it's definitely more than that, and it's become more than that for him. So
I appreciate you and all you do for me and giving me that time. It means the world to me to be able to be me and kind of get with my brothers and do what we do. But they're helping make me a better man too. So I just appreciate you. I love you, and thank you so much for doing this.
Oh, he was talking to you? I thought he was talking to me. Absolutely. Thanks for doing this, Holly. I knew it would be one of the biggest surprises. So I really appreciate you.
You guys enjoy. See you at home, babe. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, babe. You betcha.
Bye.
Bye, Holly.
Nick Saccone, thanks for jumping in here with us.
Ryan, where do you start with this guy? Yeah. My goodness.
Now I say, it's iron sharpens iron, right? We know that it's biblical.
Absolutely.
And I've really, Nick, you and I've talked about this, and I think you were the one that kind of brought it to my attention and shined some light on it. But you have a tendency as you get older to kind of thin out your friends and determine whether or not you want to be part of something, right?
Yep, absolutely.
I get a little emotional talking about it, but I've got brothers now and guys that I truly value, would do anything for, and it just means the world to me. And having people in your life that make you better is so important. I mean, it's a game changer, and we've talked about this with Ron. We've talked about this, with quite a few people. But it's crazy how plastic brings us together, and I think that's a message that everybody needs to hear. And whether it's RC cars or who knows what, could be computers or whatever, But I think everyone needs to find that group of people that makes them better, and I think that can easily change the world. I just can't thank you enough, Dave, for doing this. This was the biggest surprise that I think that I could have gotten, and to have my buddy Ron on. Ron, taking the time to do this, I appreciate you, and you suckered me, man, because I was texting you 10 minutes before we jumped on this call. And here you are.
I was hard keeping a secret, man, but I got this a week ago, and I'm like, I can't talk to Ryan. He's like, I'm going to blow it somehow, but I just can't talk to him. So, and they kept saying it's a super secret, and I going, well, what can I do for Ryan? So, but the car is up for sale, so just to let you know, that was a real thing.
Oh, and I'm probably going to buy it. I just have to ponder it for the
Well,
night.
let me see if I can find it there. It's there somewhere. You can see how the wall has thinned out. Yeah. I'm in the teens, from 200 down to teens now.
Ron, we just thank you for everything. Without getting too deep into it, just thank you.
It's been a good ride, and I was telling my wife the other day, I'm coming around the fourth turn, man. I'm barreling down. I hear the angels singing, and I see the checkered flag, and I've run the race.
Yeah. Well,
And you guys have really inspired me. You've been my brothers from different mothers, so I thank you.
yeah. I just value you, buddy, and I know that at some point we won't be able to talk to one another, but I rest my head on the fact that someday we will again. And
Just look from the sky. It'll be a tin can with a string on it, but don't pull too hard.
Fair enough. But
Love you, Ryan. Thank you for everything. Nick, it's been a pleasure meeting you. We've dealt together for over a year now, and thank you. And David, I can't say enough about you, man. You're a dear brother, and I thank you. And I look forward to hearing the full program on Monday, and looking forward to watching the race on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's gonna be super great. There might be some more surprises with that, so stay tuned.
Ryan, happy birthday, buddy! And again, that was for you.
thank you, buddy. I love you, and thank you so much.
So hey, we pulled that off pretty well here, Nick. We've been working on this for a while with everybody, and everybody was just super, and time zones and where people were going to be, and but it
Yeah, you know what, Ryan? You made it real easy when I first showed up. The first time that I showed up, you made it real easy for me to realize that the core group that was there just made it so welcoming that, I don't know, man, just made it real easy. And I really appreciate it. Appreciate everything you've done for me too.
I appreciate that, Nick, but again, I think for whatever reason, people come together. They come together for a reason. I think we all needed one another, and we needed something that kind of kept us together, right? And that's these darn cars. But we were all put together for a reason, and I'm not doing anything special, man. I'm really not. I'm just trying to be authentic. My love for you guys is super strong, and if there's anything I can ever do, I will do it for you. That's just it. That's being a good man and recognizing when good people are in your life. I think that's what we all got to do. Don't ignore the signs.
Yep.
so true. So true.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So you're a little shocked, buddy?
Yeah, I'm like drained. I mean, doing a podcast is like, it's kind of like, no big deal, right? And then I'm not saying I don't take it seriously, but like I have a lot of fun doing it, and knowing that we were going to have Charlie on the show today, I was certainly pumped up. But just the overwhelming surprise of Aaron, Matt, Nick, Ron, Matt Murphy, Jason, like, holy cow.
Yeah.
It's just super cool, man. I can't thank you enough. Like, I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah. Having Holly on was super awesome.
And my wife, I forgot. Jeez, sorry. I'm so, like, in tune to you guys. Yeah, she's a rock star.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy.
On behalf of everybody who tunes in to the RC Underground Radio Show, I think we all join in this to say you make the show, buddy. There's no two ways about it. I do all the behind the scenes stuff, but absolutely you are the talent, and we just want you to enjoy your special day tomorrow, and you got a big weekend between your birthday, Holly's birthday, your anniversary. It's pretty cool how you figured that out so you never forget the dates. That's pretty slick.
It's all my wife. That is all my wife. Not as far as my birthday, but the fact that we're a day apart, and that day apart we decided to get married. So really kind of ties it all together. But I just honestly, Dave, Nick, I know you guys orchestrated all this. I can't thank you enough for putting this all together. This is a big moment in my life. It's something I'm never going to forget. Who knew that turning 43 would be so much fun? But doing it with people I love dearly has been great. And just thank you to everyone who listens to this show, watches it. Like, just just can't thank you enough for your support and all the partners we have. Man, Toy Cars does this. Can't thank everyone enough.
Nothing better than that. So we are out, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great night. Thanks for joining us. And
You've been listening to RC Underground Radio. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, drop us a line at rcuradio@gmail.com. We're curious to know, what do you like? What don't you like? Who would you like us to talk to?
Sounded really weird.
It was weird, but you know what I meant. We're talking about racing, so...
Okay.
You can find us on Spotify, Facebook, and YouTube. See you next time on the RC Underground Radio Podcast.
I am a BB in a boxcar.